welcome to a library of graphic literature with your host, Wallace Ryan.
Hey.
And Showgirl Luna.
Showgirl Luna, yay!
We all know that's all I'm here for.
No, and the entertainment value. And
Yes.
you're a lot better looking than me, too. Anyway, this is the top 10 big books, so this is the top 10 books of the year. So we'll jump right into it. This is Fantastic Four Full Circle, with art by Alex Ross. Sort of more known for his painterly artwork, but this one he did the old pen and ink and colored it as normal, and it was pretty cool. It harkens back to a classic. Shall I show the viewers? It harkens back to a classic Fantastic Four story from the 60s. Yeah, the jazz hands. So it's pretty good overall. Very, very technical. I like the cover itself is part of it. It falls out into like a
pamphlet of sorts.
telling part of the story. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. I was quite surprised. It was like when I heard this guy was doing it, it was just like, oh well, sounds like a neat kind of gimmick, but it was actually very, very cool. Very, very snazzy. Okay, and number 9
is The World of Black Hammer.
Volume 4. Now, this is not only for this volume, but for all the volumes in The World of Black Hammer the past few years. It gathers up all these, what would you say, spin-offs from Black Hammer itself. So this is...
I feel like you're like a news anchor, and it's like, I'm like...
Oh yeah, the news. In the news today, Black Hammer, Skulldigger, and Skeleton Boy. And what was the other one being Unbelievable Unteens? So this is 2 series put into one book. Mm-hmm. And, but yeah, it sounds like an interesting one, especially the Skulldigger and Skeleton Boy. It was quite popular, actually. So yeah, so Skulldigger, and I love the art is something else, eh? It's that simple art that I like so much. Now the other person in it, this person too is kind of different. So yeah, look.
You're kind of different.
I am. So number 9 was The World of Black Hammer Volume 4. Okay, on to number 8.
The House of Mystery.
Okay, this is Volume 3 of the Bronze Age. Now, I love these because they're like just a pile of different stories, unrelated. But the art in them is spectacular, right?
Very retro.
I gotta say, like, even... Now, they do have a few older stories mixed in with it, too, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Just to give the effect of what... Especially the first 100 pages. So.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, the art in the horror comics was always, a lot of times too, they were trying out people, and so a lot of people who ended up being famous comic book artists, hang on, I'll just get a close-in look here, did stuff in this, including one of my favorites, Alex Nino. So this is definitely worth getting, and this came in the last second. This was like the last week of December. This book came out, so it pushed aside some books.
And here we have Miracle Man and Barnacle Boy.
Yes. This is the Miracle Man Omnibus. Now this includes stories by...
If you don't know that reference, we can't be friends.
Yeah. I like this though, right? The credit there, the original writer, that's Alan Moore. He just doesn't want his name used on stuff like this. Just like, I don't know why, this is an amazing story, right? Now the thing about this, look, is it's really... Look,
do not affiliate me!
I mean, it's mostly like a lot of background art and all that, so half the books is like things, but still, it's Miracle Man, and it was hard to get when it first came out, right? It was originally Marvel Man, but they had to change it to Miracle Man when they did it. But great series. I'm serious.
Sure, it wasn't Mermaid Man?
Mermaid Man. Or Mr. Moo Moo. There's going to be a lot of fans of this probably hate us now, right? Okay. Next up is
Tops.
Tops. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now this I put in. Excellent. This I threw in just because it was a this was supposed. It was only lasted 2 issues, and this was like during the 1940s. Yeah.
The adult magazine of
Yeah.
dramatic picture stories.
So it was. I mean, the art in it was quite spectacular. Very well done, right? But yeah, it was more stories like, and it wasn't like nudes to any sex or violence, but just basically stories which this I like the 9 Lives of the Cat, or whatever I'm not sure what the story is. The 9 Lives of Citizen Train. Okay.
I'm more interested in the puppy dog going out the window.
Well, look at
Well,
the
not
cats.
going out the window. That would be scary.
Yeah. Well, I like the cats like being X'd off with each page. Look. See at the top of the page. Look. So it was sort of a cool experimental book. The one of the guys went on to be a letterer for Marvel, and the other one was this guy who actually ended up working for Marvel, George Tosca, who I kind of liked. You remember old George? Do you? Anyway, that one's almost as much for the history, the historicalness of it. His name was George Tosca. He was an artist in the...
No, I thought you said George Takei.
No. No. Although he did do a graphic novel, a couple of years ago. And it won all kinds of awards, too. Now, this is from the world of Hellboy. It is... Ready?
Lobster Johnson.
Dun, 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 dun. Now, this is kind of like the Shadow. It's like a Pulp Fiction film noir type of thing, like mixed in with the Shadow and all those pulp sort of superheroes. It opens up with them finding this dead cop here, I think it is, and then next thing they're attacked by a bunch of people in Indian costumes, and then he comes along and the lobster went in, and he just out and out just kills the bad guys and then stamps them with this brand or whatever, right?
I see.
And so they're looking for him just as much as he's looking for the bad guys. But yeah, so great. Love this series. It was Mike Mignola, who I love, who did the Hellboy.
Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster. And if you like Rock Lobster, you'd like this comic. But yeah, great art. Amazing story. Amazing and fun. And maybe even educational. Now this is...
I don't want to get sued.
Now this is a 3-way tie actually between volumes 1, 2, and 3 of this series, Terry and the Pirates. And this is the first one, 34 to 35, Enter the Dragon Lady. Da-da-da-da. Now of course, on the collapsing shelf behind us, we have the original series when they did it, but they're redoing it in this bigger, larger, snazzier style too. Shall I show the people the color sections? With the cool color sections. Check these out. So they're a lot bigger. I mean, come on, look at that. A lot better than the other ones. And the black and whites are a lot bigger too, right? They were like kind of small.
I was just mocking her face.
Now this guy started that whole simplistic, him and this other, and the guy who does his lettering actually, Noel Sickles, they're the ones who started that whole simplistic comic book art approach, right? The Knifian school.
You gotta make a point of that, don't you?
I know, yeah. You hate me for it. But yeah, and the cool thing was they included a newspaper section in volumes 2 and 3. It was like a little newspaper pull-out section that was kind of cool, right? Okay.
A little newspaper pull-out section?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, it's like it's in between the second...
I can't imagine it.
Oh, it's kind of big, and actually it's behind you there if you want me to haul it out there. Oh, okay. Hang on a second. It's like 16-page comics section.
It came with the book?
Yeah, with the second 2 books.
Mm.
And had some artwork and some
My hands are so cold, I don't want them touching me. Touch you.
Woo-hoo-hoo, God. And it's actually warm out here today. Well, they're freezing the rest of North America. It's like 4 degrees Celsius here. It's not bad, considering how cold it was there earlier in the week. Anyway, here's a cool little, excuse me, a cool little freebie to be thrown in. And I'll get 2 more books next year, I think. I think it's like 2 books a year or something like that. So it's going to take a couple of years to get them all out. I hope I live that long, you know. Now, number 3. We're getting down there, actually, aren't we? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is
Jack Kirby Absolute Fourth World.
Volume 2. Yay! I almost throw in Volume 1 with this. This is one of my favorite series, and it's in one of my favorite formats, the Absolute format, the bigger comic pages, right?
That's how I got introduced to the Sandman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Absolute editions of the Sandman. Absolutely fabulous.
I came across Absolute Death first, and then Death, the High Cost of Living. And
yeah. Here's that scene we read out that time.
then I had all of them.
All of them.
Don't loan out your books. I've learned this.
Yes.
You don't get them back.
You never get them back. This has actually the pact in it. This was that scene we acted out one time about the guy who gets attacked while he's talking with his lady friend there. So anyway, the pact, definitely worth. That alone is worth nailing it as number 2. But the whole thing has a lot of classic, later Fourth World stories. Love that Jack Kirby. Kirby rules. Anyway, so well worth it. A format fit for a king. Now, we're getting into the last. Oh, we'll throw the slipcase over there too. Beautiful slipcase too, hey? Okay. Now this is
Terry Moore's cereal.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Now, if you look over there, behind the light there, see that Echo, Rachel Rising, and the little stack of books there?
Yeah.
That's all by this guy. He puts out his own, Abstract Studio puts out his own, he self-publishes his own stuff. Great comics. Love his stuff. Rachel Rising, really cool. Actually, come to think of it, they're all about women, too. Women are always the stars of all of his episodes. Now, this one, I think, yes. 481 out of 650 signed and numbered editions. Now, this has a different cover than the original, too, I do believe.
And here we have it, folks, another signed book in the Library of Graphic Literature.
Da-da-da-da. Now, this one it's been a while since I read it. It does involve a serial killer, I do believe. But it's a great book. The artwork is absolutely amazing.
I suck at acting, but if you ever need some ham.
Yeah, yeah. The ham is big time here. Now this I bumped from my Thursday comics list, but I wanted to put it back in because it was my favorite book, second favorite book of the year.
I'm gonna color it.
No.
Color
it. Black. Funny enough, color.
A butterfly.
Just I'm trying to think how many black. Okay, there was some black and white there. Geez, actually, this is the first real black and white of it. Outside the comic strips, right? I know you're mocking me again. But anyway, it's.
How do you know that? I wasn't even mocking you. I just don't think I was.
Oh, by the way, everyone liked my new hat. It's very cool, isn't it?
It looks slightly different than the last one. Slightly. Maybe got a weird.
Okay, there. Dun-dun, dun-dun. So yes, Terry Moore cereal. Dun-dun, dun-dun.
It's a snug fit.
It's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
And, now before we do our number one, I got a small list here of...
It's one of the last hats Twitch was wearing before Ellen took care of him.
Yeah. okay, enough of that now. Okay, on the honor roll is Azoth from Sun, The Ghost in You, Human Target Volume 1, Squeak the Mouse, which I can find. I know it's around here somewhere. Oates and the Elf Fanine from Humanoids. It's by our buddy Michael Walsh. May's book. Last Ronin, Peanuts Volume 10, which completes my set. The Question, Omnibus. The Conan Omnis, all 6 of them. And Cosmic Detectives from Jeff Lemire and Matt Kint and what's his name, Ruben.
I feel like Conan is like starting to like become like One Piece. How there's just gonna be like endless releases, and you're never gonna like be able to afford to like get them all.
Well, no,
unless you're like rich.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm lucky that they've put out enough of them that I got most of the collection, and the ones that are left for them to publish, that's all I'm gonna buy, and because all the regular comics, the Conan the Barbarian comic, the color comic, they've almost finished that run, and then they only have so many books in the Savage Sword of Conan, which is the magazine, like 10. But another publisher is taking it over. They got the rights to Conan.
That's so.
But they're going to do it in the same.
Book.
They're going to do it in the same style. Anyway, okay, so that's the honorable mentions, and now the number one book for 2022 is give it to him.
Ducks.
2 Years in the Tar Sands. So this one is Kate Beaton. She does cartoons actually for the New Yorker and stuff like that. So she's more of a one-off panel type of person.
I think I've seen some of this before.
Yeah, this is this made a lot of number ones on book lists this year, and with good reason. I mean, I'm still haven't finished reading it yet, but I'm loving it to death. It's so much so it was just like, oh yeah, this is without doubt my favorite. And what I like here is the colorful. Let's see that. See, drawn and quarterly can still do when they draw here, right? But this I love her drawing style. It's very simple. There's mentions of Newfoundland in here, as a matter of fact. Oh, look, here, let's see. No, but there are mentions of Newfoundland in there. Okay. So, the number one book, Ducks, 2 Years in the Oil Sands from Drawn and Quarterly. Make sure you get your copy. I'm not sure if it's sold out yet. It should be. It better be. Better be. So, hopefully now there'll be some good comics in the new year and good books. This year was actually kind of a wiener year, right?
You're hoping for comics, I'm hoping for dolls.
Yes, exactly. So anyone having the excess dolls, you can also ship them to us too. Send them to me here, and I'll pass them on to Luna for you. And we will accept actually donations of books. Just let me know. Feel free to contact me. What's that?
My hand is cold.
Oh, pass over my mug there. Besides the hat.
Oh, you didn't tell me how heavy it was.
Oh yeah, it's filled with tea.
Full.
This is my daughter Les gave me this, and it's become my new mug, my new official mug. Good old Charlie Brown. And of course the hat, courtesy of yourself. Love that. Thank you very much. And I guess that's it for this year. Imagine that. It's another year done and dusted. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to shove off, and I guess both of us have work to do and things to do before...
Yeah, I actually do have to go to work.
Yeah, and before all the celebrations tonight. So Happy New Year's to everyone out there. Lots of kisses. Okay.
Stay safe. Happy New Year.
Yes. Yay. See you in 2023. Okay. Now, I shall frog my way out of here. It's hard to frog when you get older.